What's in a name? Does your name have a special meaning behind it? Were you named after a family member? What does your name say about you? What do people think when they hear your name? What's in a name? Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. These are names given to Jesus by the prophet Isaiah. Each of them powerfully and majestically communicates something beautiful about our Savior. He is a wonderful counselor. He guides us through the terribly confusing maze that is this life.
Guilt feels like a prison, except it's one you keep putting yourself in over and over again. It's your own hand that keeps slamming that door shut. I screwed up again. Slam. I did exactly what I said I wasn't going to do. Slam. I hurt the people I love. It slammed shut again. There are so many ways I try to escape this prison of my own mind. I try to ignore my guilt, or rationalize it, make excuses for it. I try to blame others, but none of them work. I'm just left feeling worn out and worthless. Who would ever love someone like me? Wonderful counselor. He patiently listens to my bad ideas for escaping guilt and then offers his own solution. Take all that guilt, he says in a gentle voice, and place it on me. Take every bad thing you've ever done, every dark secret, every skeleton buried deep in your closet, every reason you have for feeling worthless and unlovable, bring them all to the cross and put them all on me. I'll take all of your guilt, friend. And with that, I'm free.
Each day on a college campus has been a new adventure. Despite all of the incredible opportunities that I have had at Ohio State, there have been many very hard days. Whether it was discrimination for my faith from my peers, in classes, or halfway across the world, God was always there. He proves to me time and time again that no matter what I'm facing, I am never in it alone.
As I consider that name of God, Wonderful Counselor, my mind is brought back to a hospital bed, alone in a dark room among humming machines, my tear-stained eyes gazing up into the darkness in prayer. I was 14 and I was paralyzed. I desperately needed a wonderful counselor. And you did not fail me, Lord. Your words of counsel in Romans 8, verse 18, urged me to consider that my present sufferings are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in me in heaven. I could get through this physical pain, this confidence-shattering suffering, this heartbreak, this time of great loneliness with my wonderful counselor by my side. You teach me that the things on this earth can never truly provide the health I crave, the wholeness I need, and the happiness I seek. My health is never certain, my energy will waver, my youthfulness will fade. So instead of striving for these earthly things that inevitably fail me, you show me how to fix my eyes on you and the home that is waiting for me in heaven. That is spiritual health, the only kind of health that matters. Praise be to you, my God. You counsel me wonderfully through the words of my Bible. You are guiding me to heaven, where I will be free from physical suffering. A multitude of blessings is mine.
Losing someone you love to death can make you feel so lost. A funeral feels like a good place to argue with God a little bit. The death of someone we love often plunges us into this dark and terrifying ocean, the murky depths of our grief, the water far above our head. We feel like we're sinking down in slow motion. The author C.S. Lewis once wrote, "To love at all is to be vulnerable. Love anything, and your heart will most certainly be wrung and possibly broken." We want to argue with God from these ocean depths. God, you just don't get it. But then Jesus cries at a funeral for his friend Lazarus. We are all ready to make our passionate argument to God, lining up all our very good points, only to hear him say, "I agree with you." He listens to us in our pain. The tears streaking down the weary face of Jesus, they are important. They show us that God gets it. And why is Jesus crying? Doesn't he know that in a matter of minutes he will give life back to Lazarus? Yes, Jesus does know that. But for a few minutes, he cries. Because death is the clearest indication in the entire human experience that things are not the way they are supposed to be. Jesus cries because he knows that death broke into this world when Adam and Eve fell into sin, a violent home invasion of every single home in history. Jesus cries because his friends Mary and Martha are crying. They've lost their brother. Jesus listens to them, and he listens to us, and he counsels us through it. Jesus arrived in the aftermath of that tear-jerking situation, and he announced to Martha, "I am the destroyer of death. I am the resurrection and the life. Your brother will rise again." In other words, Jesus is telling Martha, "I'm going to fix your brother. Martha, I'm going to fix everything that is wrong in your entire world." And her response? I know. This Christmas, let that be our response of faith when God tells us he'll make it okay. I know.
Step into his office. He's here to give you the greatest advice about life you could ever receive. What is that advice? Trust in him. Trust in his life. Trust in his death. Trust in his resurrection. Know that the baby in the manger is the mighty God, one who will grow into a man who calms storms and raises the dead. Know that this baby is also our everlasting Father, one who will never, ever stop loving us. Know that this baby is royalty, your Prince of Peace, one who will calm your troubled heart. What's in a name? A God who cares about each one of your names, cared enough to live and die for you.